You are listening to episode 24 of the Aligned Actor podcast. It's story time. I have a fun story for you on this episode of the podcast, and it's all about how I manifested my soul plumber, my forever plumber, I don't know what you want to call him. But anyway, I found a great plumber, and I'm really excited about it. And I know this sounds nothing like acting. It's like, where's the acting in this? But I think there are some really fun takeaways from this story. And it's just a fun story to tell. I like telling it. It makes me feel good and it's fun. I don't know. Anyway, so please enjoy my fun story about how I manifested we're going to call him my forever plumber. I hope that's what he is. He feels like he's my forever plumber. That's exciting to me. Anyway, here we go. Welcome to the Aligned Actor podcast. I'm Amy Schlerb, and I am an actor and a student of conscious creation, looking to learn, grow, and share my experiences with you so that together we can master our mindsets and manifest the careers of our dreams. Let's play. Hi, folks. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, I have a fun story about manifesting my soul plumber. My forever I don't know what I want to call him. Anyway, I found a great plumber, and I've been wanting to find a great plumber for like years and years and years and years and years. And I always, I had plumbers to take care of things, but they were like the bigger companies, and I always felt like I was being taken advantage of a little bit. And so I just wanted somebody great, and I felt like that was hard to find. And then I found one really easily. So, and I think there's some manifesting gold to be gleaned from this story. And then I want to kind of apply it to my creative career a little bit. Not a lot, but I think I have some takeaways that I'm going to start trying to implement. I haven't quite figured out how to do this yet, but I think I have a direction for it. So, once upon a time, it was just after dinner on a night when my husband was coming home late. So I was solo parenting, and my son and I had just finished our dinner, and I was cleaning up a bit before taking him in to get him his bath. And I looked under the kitchen sink for something, and lo and behold, there was just water everywhere. I mean, I feel like we've all been there, right? Like there's just like a lake underneath the kitchen sink, and you're going, oh my God, no, I don't need this. I mean, all the cleaners, all the like different boxes of things and stuff, they were just soaked, and like they'd all soaked in the water, and it was just, it was a mess. So I start clearing things out, and I'm, while I'm doing this, my son is running around and, having the time of his life and, excitedly skipping and jumping and all this stuff. So he's occupying himself, which is great. But there's a lot of chaos going on. And my husband walks into all of this, and he looks at the sink, and I go, yeah, we have a leak. So together we figured out that it was our disposal, that like thing in the sink that garburates up all the little bits of food and stuff. So anyway, it was busted. And a few days before, it had suddenly stopped working for like a few minutes, and then magically it worked again. So my guess is that was like foreshadowing or a precursor to this new problem or whatever. Anyway, I was very unhappy at the time. I was very grumpy. I was very upset about this. I was super frustrated. And my husband he's pretty cool about this stuff. And he's all like, oh, it'll be okay. It's no big deal. But I'm not really having it, right? I'm super pissed off about this. And I call a plumber as I'm trying to get my son a bath that my cousin had recommended. I called this plumber, and they didn't answer. And I was like, all right, well, maybe they'll call me back later. And I'm calming down a little bit. And I do know that it will be fine, that we will get it taken care of. It's truly not a big deal. But I'm still feeling kind of resentful and really pissy. And so I explored that, and I kind of looked at that, and I was like, why is this here? I'm feeling this. I feel this very strongly. And I ended up talking with my husband about the fact that, yeah, it's not a big deal, but it is a deal. And it's a deal and a disruption to my day because I'm the one who's at home, so I'm the one who has to rearrange her schedule and like take care of this and get it done. And yeah, it's not going to be that big a deal, but it's still something. It's still an unexpected life thing that I now have to roll with. And that's kind of frustrating, and that's kind of sucky. And what was really nice was that my husband acknowledged and validated my feelings and said, I hadn't thought of that, but you're totally right. That sucks. And I think that this like feeling and exploring and honoring of my feelings and my resentment and my like, the fact that I was stewing in this and that I wasn't feeling great about this, the fact that I did that first was the first step to this successful manifestation. So that's step one for me as I reverse engineer this whole process and thing. I felt and honored and spoke aloud, gave voice to my feelings, which I don't always do. I think my tendency is to, feel my feelings maybe, but really kind of try to very quickly see the silver lining or focus on the positive or like, okay, this is what I don't want. What do I want? Like flip it that way. Perhaps like I do that before I'm actually really ready to. So I think the lesson here is for me to really feel out the feelings, let them run their course before trying to leap to more positive ones. And also like that, I think there's something about giving voice to it and just acknowledging it that was really helpful. Like instead of like putting a positivity lid on top of it, I spoke out loud that like this sucks. So that then, when I do get to the more positive emotions, it's not like it's, joy and elation, but it was relief because I had released it. I had spoken it out loud instead of holding it inside and just trying to like feel better on my own, so speaking it out loud, all of a sudden it was like, oh, thank you for acknowledging that this sucks. And I both mean that like, thank you to my husband for acknowledging that it sucked. And also thank you to me that part of inside of me was like, thank you for just saying that, yeah, this sucks and it'll be fine. But just acknowledging that, there's a part of me that's not happy about this, obviously. And I don't feel like I have to, all of a sudden I didn't feel like I had to ruminate in this by myself. And then from there, I was able to move on to, yeah, this sucks. It's a disruption, but it will be fixed. It will be fine. The plumber will call me back, or I'll call someone else, or I'll call the big guys, whatever. We can afford it. It's not that big a deal, whatever. And I was able to flip my focus to what I did want in a much more organic way than like sort of forcing it. I feel like it just sort of happened naturally because I'd given myself that relief of like, all right, this sucks, but it'll be all right, whatever. And so then I'm able to focus on what I do want, a working disposal, easy, quick, affordable fix, that kind of stuff. But here's the interesting thing. I did not try to get all high vibe and manifest the perfect plumbing solution that costs this amount of money, and he's a wonderful plumber, and he's on time. None of that. I literally stayed in the whatever, it'll be fixed, it's fine kind of vibe. It's kind of grumbly, right? It's like, whatever. That is kind of where I stayed. And I think this was actually the second big key to this manifestation. I used a light touch, right? And I let it go. And even though I was kind of grumbly about it, I was fully confident that it would be handled. It would be done. It's done. It's over. It's done. I mean, it basically already felt done. I just knew I had to get through all of the other stuff of actually doing it. I didn't try to control every detail of how it would unfold. I focused on the end result of done with a whatever vibe. Still, I'm still waiting for the plumber to call back, but I figured that, it was later in the evening and, maybe they were still on a job and then it got too late to call, or who knows. I was like, they'll probably get back to me in the morning. I went to bed. It was fine. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be handled. And then in the morning, I got an inspiration to contact my friend who had just had a plumbing issue that was fixed very fast and very easily. And sure enough, the guy that she recommended was able to come out same day. He was amazingly affordable, like amazingly affordable, a fraction of what the big guys, quote unquote, that's what he called them, had charged me the last time that we'd had to have the disposal replaced. He was fast. He was laid back. He was really chill, really cool, very honest guy. And ta-da! I have now found my forever plumber. And I'm so happy. It's so awesome. So I think that the lessons that I can learn from this experience to apply to my creative endeavors and my life in general with conscious creation are: one, feel and talk about my feelings. Don't just hold them inside or try to breeze through them like, okay, I'm going to feel them so that I can get to the better ones. I'm going to feel them. I'm feeling my feelings. I'm feeling my feelings. I'm feeling my feelings. But really actually honor them and acknowledge them and give voice to that part of me that needs to be heard in that moment, that just needs someone to say, I see you. I see that this sucks and I'm sorry, and I get it. I know. It's like giving yourself empathy, basically. I think that's what it is. So self-empathy is the sort of feeling my feelings part of this. Because, it's okay. It's human. It's natural. And it doesn't mean I'm going to get stuck there forever. But to acknowledge it allows that part of me to feel seen and understood. And I think that's really important, for me at least, in order to feel my feelings and release those upset feelings. And then two, I think, quote unquote, trying to manifest doesn't really work. But that using a light touch and focusing on the end result, even if it's with kind of a grumpy whatever vibe, I think that seems to work magic for me. And I think, honestly, what I've figured out in this part is that I think when I'm, quote, trying to manifest, I'm really just getting caught up in the how of the process. Like, because notice when I was describing that part of the story, what I didn't do, but what I normally tend to do, is that I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to manifest the greatest experience of fixing a garbage disposal. It's going to be, sunshine and rainbows, and the plumber is going to descend from a rainbow cloud, and he's going to come through and fix the disposal with a magic wand, and it's going to be, so cheap and so affordable. Like, it's going to be like, I'm thinking like $65. Like, yeah, that feels right. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to focus on that. It's going to be this much, and it's going to take this much time. It's going to be so easy, and it's going to be, just amazing. And I try to like control exactly the how of what I really want, instead of just focusing on what I really want, which is a fixed working disposal. That's it. That's all I want. And how will I feel once I have that? I mean, kind of like I do now. Like, it'll just work, and I will get to go on with my day. So it doesn't need to be this grand, like, oh, it will be the perfect manifestation, and it will be lovely, and kittens, and rainbows, and puppy dogs, and sunshine, and unicorns, and... No, it just needs to be a working disposal. Like, that's it. It's fine. That's all I want. That's it. So I think focusing on that end result and how I'm going to feel at the end of that, when it's all done, I'm going to feel relief. I'm going to feel glad that it's done. I'm going to feel happy that I can move on and work on something else. And I'm going to move on and work on something else. So I think that's really big. I think I tend to, when I'm trying to manifest, I'm actually trying to control the how, instead of just focusing on what I want. So it's a simplification of the process. So yeah, that's my fun story for you. It yielded some pretty amazing, valuable lessons for me that it kind of yielded like basically a 2-step process for dealing with contrast, or, kind of with anything that I'm trying to manifest, right? So feel out the feelings, acknowledge, honor them, give voice to them. Let them be heard so that they release as a way to release them. And then 2, focus on that end. What do you want in the end? What do I want in the end? What do I actually want out of this? Not how do I want the manifestation to unfold? Who cares? All I want in the end is a working disposal. That's it. So I think for my career, I think, when I'm thinking about like my Christmas movie and, booking a recurring role or, any of that kind of stuff, I think my new sort of manifesting phrase and affirmation is, it's done. It's fine. It's handled. Whatever. Yeah, I have that IMDb credit. I sold the screenplay. I'm an actor. I'm an actress. I'm a writer. I'm a mindset coach. I'm living my life. I don't know. Light touch. Done deal it. I don't know. Let's give it a shot, right? Like I said, this is new. I'm still processing this, and I'm looking to see how I can start applying it to my career. But I'm thinking it's this, feel out the feelings and then focus on the end result. So that's what I'm going to start trying more of, because it worked in this circumstance to get me a great plumber. So, and I think all these things are basically the same thing over and over and over again. You can take the lesson from something as simple as finding a plumber and getting a great fix on some kind of plumbing thing and apply it to a lot of other things too. So that's what I'm going to try. Feel out my feelings, focus on the end result. It's done. It's done. It's great. It's handled. Whatever. Okay, so now I have to tell you about the things that I like to tell you about at the end of episodes. Like, please come join us in our Facebook group, the Aligned Actor Community. It's a private Facebook group where we do lots of fun things, and I post a lot, and we just have a good time in there. You can find that by going to facebook.com/groups/the Aligned Actor Community. Also, if you join my mailing list, you're also technically part of the Aligned Actor Community, because I give you access to our monthly Zoom meetups where we talk about our celebrations and our wins. We talk about what we can do differently. We set intentions for the coming month. Sometimes we visualize. Sometimes we often, at the end, we hold visions for each other, like, how can I see you until the next time we see each other? How would you like me to envision you in the world? And I think that's really powerful, a powerful way to serve each other. So to get on that mailing list, you can go to thealignedactor.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at thealignedactor. And so, yeah, come find me, come play, and it's going to be a great day, right? Okay. Thanks, folks. Bye. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. If you feel inspired to do so, please subscribe, rate, review, and share this podcast with your actor pals so that more people can enjoy the good vibes. Also, be sure to join the Aligned Actor Community on Facebook by going to facebook.com/groups/the Aligned Actor Community. That's the place where this podcast gets interactive. It's a pretty fun party. You're going to want to get in on it. Until next time, remember, you are an amazing actor and you are creating the career of your dreams. Congrats!